asked Jada just now, what happens if you're taking these breads out of the cage over there and one drops on the floor? What did Jada say?
You kick it.
This girl act like she don't got no house training.
I don't. I'm an animal.
Well, I'd rather you kick it under the thing than for you to pick it up and put it back.
See, look, they have the thingy and they have a red version.
Jada and I came to Food for Less to pick up items for the show today, while Joe went to the wrecking yard to find Jada an evaporative, help me out, purge. It's not evaporative, it's evaporative. I don't know.
It's evaporative.
I guess it's just a pronunciation thing. It's tomato.
Evaporative.
Purge control, emissions purge control valve. Circuit.
It's a long
It's a valve, whatever the hell. Anyways, at Amazon, it's $47. Joe called this wrecking yard that's supposed to take it off the car for you. They want $100.
They're on crack.
They are on crack. And both look like two little boys on a blanket.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
That's what Grandma would say. Two little boys playing on our blanket. That's what their butts look like in those maxi dresses. So anyways, Joe called the next wrecking yard. They had two Pacificas there. So he has to go take the part off himself, but it's not a hard disassemble. And then he's gonna go purchase it. So I don't know how much he's gonna get it for, but we're hoping it's $10.
Real dough.
And that's what we're gonna change. And then Jada's car is ready for sale. And Jada's gonna get her a nice little SUV, right?
I don't even know what I want.
You better start looking, and I look for no Honda Pilot.
Toyota?
Because then expect Toyota. You got Toyota money? Toyota.
You're gonna go off on that.
Toyotas, Hondas, and Nissans. Huh?
What about Kia?
Lock your door, babe.
Okay, Uncle Roger.
Toyotas, Hondas, and Nissans, they go for like the highest price at the auction. They have the worst miles. 224,000 miles, 198,000 miles, and they want a lot of money for it.
Good cars though, because look at Colin's little Toyota.
When I see the miles, I am turned off. I don't care what brand it is, I am so turned off. So anyways, she better go figure out what she wants, because I think her car will sell pretty fast, because it has leather interior, it has DVD for, you know, people with family. That doesn't serve Jada any purpose because she's always driving it, but in the back part, you know, for people with kids. It has the sunroof, moon roof, right? Because you don't have to open that either, right? You don't have to open it.
You can.
But it can open.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it can open, it's a sunroof. If it can't open at all, it's a moon roof. Yeah, so, and it has low miles, 126,000 miles. So Jada has it listed for $3,200. Some fool came and offered her $2,300. I said, she must be dyslexic.
She like turned, she turned around. Like,
she's dyslexic, and I'm like, sometimes you want to answer them and go, are you for real? And then some of them come to you in Spanish and ask you, will you take a down payment and payments? You know what I answer back? No. I don't even try to make up a Spanish sentence to say anything about, I'm not a car dealer, this is a, you know, personal sale, because this is a personal sale for Jada. The answer is just no. And when you say no, they get very uncomfortable and then go, oh, sorry, I just thought I would ask. You know, I'm like, you just thought you would screw me over. That's what you thought you were going to do. Because you see that on my profile picture that I'm a girl. So anywho, I'm the hardest one to negotiate with. No, Jada's the hardest one.
Yeah.
Jada's the hardest one, then me next, because Joe and Joshua and them will roll over and play dead. Especially if the person comes forceful. I'm like, no. No, we are already selling these cars below Blue Book. And Sugar, the reason why we didn't want to drive that car back is because Joe didn't have an opportunity to check out that car. And so we don't know if it's going to have trouble with overheating. And we don't want to crack the head on the way back for a 300 and something mile trip. And also we didn't want to have to put gas in the car for a 300 and something mile trip, because we already have to put gas in the Tahoe. So it's just more cost effective if we put gas in one car, drive over there, put it on that $45 rental trailer, and pull it back home. That way, and then plus we don't want to put 300 and something miles on that car, because the car already has 192,000 miles. I took your parking. I took your parking. In the yard. Did you get it? How much?
$10.
Cause like I would have bought that from Amazon.
$10 plus I have to pay $3 insurance.
Insurance? Why?
Carry it back then.
In case it doesn't work?
It doesn't work. But if you don't pay, then you can't bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is Jada's?
This.
And then that's the new one? Okay, let me go get the keys. 35 for the alternator? Okay. You have to take back the core?
Yeah.
Would you have to pay to get in again today?
No, I got this.
You got a stamp? Okay. We might end up doing that too, huh? I need your keys. Daddy got it for $10. I just got through doing a dish for the cooking channel. All I want to do is my ending, but I keep getting interrupted because Joy is like grinding things in the garage and then banging things back here in the vice grip. And then the air conditioning comes on, and then they come through the door like this.
Sorry.
And it's like so interruptive. This is a vlog. Come on in. I'm telling them why I can't finish my ending.
Best Buy in Freacher right now?
Is she gonna buy me a camera?
She's gonna get a Polaroid camera like me, probably.
Tell her I want a camera that goes on my rear view. Have you seen those?
I have.
Huh?
I
The one that looks like a fake
Or
rear
you
view
can
that
flip
goes
it.
over the rear view?
That was on TV for a little bit, remember? And then the commercial didn't serve any justice to tell you what it was about.
It's $50.
Ooh.
But I don't know if the sound quality would be good. The video quality looks good though. Yeah, so I watched Bill Maher last night. You guys, for you guys that don't know, last week on Bill Maher's show, he dropped the N-word. He said it as a joke. And you guys know I gave him a pass because he is a comedian. And I don't pick up a racist vibe at all from Bill Maher. I think to rate Bill Maher as a racist, I would put him down here under me. And I'm not a racist. You know?
Daddy's looking for my keys. They're on the table, okay?
Okay. Yeah, so there were 3 black people on the panel. Ice Cube was one of them. And they were all supposed to give him a teachable moment. He had already apologized, and I felt like he was sincere. But they didn't do a good job with giving him a teachable moment. I think they mostly stood there and lectured and admonished him. And that doesn't fly. When people already did wrong, even if it's a child and you keep admonishing them, they just feel stupider and stupider like that. And then they start to build up an anger towards you. You know what I mean? So all they could have done for Bill was say, Bill, when you joked about you're a house N-word rather than a field N-word, we want you to know that all the slaves were treated poorly, and the ones that were in the house, just because they were in the house don't mean they were any better than the ones that were in the fields, because those are the ones that were usually women and they got raped. You know, so that's why the word hurts so much coming out of a white person, and we just want you to know the history of that, because maybe he didn't know that. I didn't know a lot of things about slavery when I first came to this country, because slavery had been abolished in Belize since the 1800s. And so I didn't know much about slavery at all. I had to watch slavery movies to understand what the slaves went through, because I didn't have a connection with that. You know what I mean? Bill Maher, being a white dude raised in Jersey, I think, or New York or something, he probably didn't know anything about that. And he's Irish descent. He's half Irish, half Jewish. And they were poor, and his dad, I always remember the story where Bill Maher says, my dad, when he came to this country, was like, we're with them, meaning the Democrats and President Kennedy. We're with them because they are for the poor people, and we're not with them, meaning the Republicans. You know, so I just feel like they missed the mark in teaching him something, and I feel like if I was rolling my eye and just blocking them out at some point, he probably was too. But I really feel like he was sincere with his apology, and I feel like this is something he would never do again. I think he has become comfortable with his friends, because I think he's dated black women, he's got black friends, you know, he smoked that reefer, whatever, and I think he's just become comfortable with that word, thinking, oh yeah, I can use it. There's just certain words that people can't use, you know, and that's one of them. Like, one word that I don't use that I see people use still is the R word for people who have, you know, learning disabilities. They'll use, I don't want to say the word because I hate it so much, and I don't use that word at all, but I still see people in my surrounding use it, and I kind of check them like, don't do that. That kind of hurts, you know? Anyways, let me see if I can do my ending for this show. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. I found out what Joe is doing outside, why he's making all that noise, you guys. Apparently, even though Jada's alternator is right at the top where you can see it, in order to get it out, you have to go underneath the car for one little last connection. And according to the YouTube videos they've watched, the car need to be hoisted up in the air, kind of like, you know, take it to Sergio Joe. But no, Joe's like, I'm gonna fix this myself, and I'm not even gonna buy the tool that I need, because I'm gonna make this tool. So I found out, after being with Joe for 33 years, July 14th will make 33 years since we've been together. We've been married 31 years, December coming. I found out since I've been with him this long that when he gets into that mood or mode, just leave him alone. Let him go ahead and build his tool and do his thing. You know his nickname is MacGyver, right? Did you make it?
I'm going to see if I got a smaller one of this.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where going?
We have it.
Where? I don't know what you look. Dan, you look dark. You in that sun.
Over there?
I don't know what's over
I don't
there.
know.
Oh, okay. You're gonna pull the garage door down?
Huh?
You gonna pull the garage door down?
Yeah.
You did already? Don't leave that garage open because I don't want no criminals to come in here at me. So I see on the news that Jeff Sessions is gonna testify or get interviewed by the Intelligence Committee or whatever. How much you want to bet that's gonna be in closed sessions? He doesn't want us to know what he done did. You know that man is guilty as
I
sin.
use the money to buy the parts, so
What money?
maybe $20.
Okay.
So use the book to buy it.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need? And you made your tool? Did you make your tool?
No.
The tool didn't work? Oh, you tried? Why is it so hard to get off the alternator?
Huh?
Why is it so hard?
Because
The car needs
you
to.
can't move the pulley.
You can't move the
engine
pulley?
is close to the side of the frame like that. You have to get a special wrench to go in there to move
Like, so Sergio would have that special
Yeah.
wrench. He says, I ain't paying Sergio to fix this. I'm going to fix this myself. And the alternator didn't go out yet, but it's threatening to go out. So that's why Joe decided to fix it because we don't want to sell the car to somebody else and then, you know, a week later the alternator goes out. You know, if I know there's a problem that's pending, I'm going to fix it before I sell my vehicle. So if someone buys my vehicle and something goes out on it, that's because I don't know that was coming up, especially how we buy these vehicles and sell them so quickly. Jada's car she's had since last year, May, so a little bit over a year she's had the car. And she's driven it that way with the check engine light on forever because Sergio told her that whatever was wrong, that valve, wasn't going to make the car stall out. And I think someone had said before, the only time you want to pull over when the check engine light is on is when you see the check engine light flashing. That's when you want to pull over because your car is going to burn up. And so the car doesn't run hot, anything, it runs fine. But now that she wants to sell it, she's fixing all that stuff because she wants to get top dollar for it. So that's on Joe's agenda today, is to fix Jada's vehicle and have it ready. Jada is done with school right now. She doesn't go back to like September, maybe the ending of August. So she doesn't really need the car, but she feels useless without her car. So the camera system that we bought, the surveillance system, it's all spread out on the table. But we haven't installed it yet because Joe has to go up in the attic when it's cool in the morning. And today he's been dealing with this. And then tomorrow, I don't know if he'll have the energy to do that. And I really wish he wouldn't do that tomorrow because then we're going to have to leave like 2 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, to go on this long, 1 billion hours trip. Lucy, it's not 7 hours because we're not going to go all the way to San Jose. I know they say San Jose, but it's San Jose. It's a little bit closer. It's San Martin. And according to the internet, it's 5 hours and 23 minutes in regular traffic, and it's 356 miles away from where we are. But the auction, based on where they're located, they'll say a city, like they'll say Rancho, they'll say San Bernardino, they'll say LA, Brea, and so they call this location the San Jose location, but it's not really San Jose. So it's supposed to be 5.5 hours. I suppose we're going to get there super early because when we leave in the wee hours of the morning, we're not going to be in regular traffic, although we're going to have the trailer behind us. And I forget who was the person that said that I could have rented the trailer up there and then just drop it off here. Believe you me, we asked, and the guy said, yes, you can do that, but he said it would be double the price. So instead of $45, it would be $90. I'm not about to pay that. So, and I already told Sugar why we're dragging it home rather than driving it home. And we're kind of looking forward to the trip because the furthest up north that I've been is Seaside, California and Fresno, California. And like I said, I have friends that I would love to visit out there, but I can't. I have to. We're going to get there, the first one, when the auction opens at 8, because they have to, sometimes they take 15-20 minutes to bring the car out. When they bring it out, Joe's going to take a few minutes to latch it on. I mean, he's going to take however long he needs to make sure it's secured. So I'm hoping to be back on the road by 9, and at 6 hours later, because we're going to run into traffic and stuff, so I'm saying not 5.5 but 6 hours, we should get home by 3. But that's pushing it kind of close, because I have to take back the car dolly by 4:50. And I'm going to be a cooler head, because I don't want Joe to have to speed to get a ticket or get into an accident, in trying to get back in time to take back that dolly, because I'd rather pay another $45 for that dolly than to get a ticket or get an accident. You guys do the math. So I'm sitting here chilling on the couch because I finished my 2 shows. The second show that I'm doing is an ice cream, so that doesn't finish till tomorrow, so I'll just get dolled up all over again tomorrow and do it. I sent the video that I just did with Osley, the one that, I think it was yesterday, right? When Osley was giving all this, wisdom about women, when he was telling Joe about whenever you start giving a woman your attention, that's when they got you, right? And I sent it to Joanne, the nurse that bought a car from me, because I have her phone number in my phone, because she said she's going to buy 3 more cars from me as time goes on. But I sent her the video. I don't think anybody's going to see Osley except for Joe and me, because Ermine can't go because she's tied up at the hospital with her own husband. And I don't think the little daughter that lives out here goes. The one that's in Utah definitely can't go. The boy that's in Northern California, I don't know if he goes when he comes down for visits. But you know what? Every time we walk in, he is so happy to see us. Who cares? We walked in that dining room yesterday. They were watching a movie in the dining room, and the nurses are getting to know us now. And they're like, "You're here for Osley, right?" And we saw him and we go, "Do you want to go outside?" And he's like, "Yes." So he was happy to go outside with us. And he's all like, "What brought you guys here?" And then he said, "Did you have a long drive?" And that's when I realized he wasn't really in, his coherent state. I'm like, I live right here in Fontana. I said, "I'm right around the bend, blah, blah, blah." And then he goes, "Oh, okay." It started to dawn on him who we were. And then I asked him who Joe was after we got outside, and he says, "It's a Belizean guy that I know named Joe." And I said, "Yeah, you're right." And then Joe says, "Well, who's she?" And then he didn't know for like a quick second. Then he says, "That's Barbara." And then he goes, "You're still with Joe?" Kind of like he was making a connection that we're together. And so I teased him and I said, "Why, do you want me to leave him? Do you think I should leave Joe Osley?" And then he says, "No, you shouldn't leave him." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Because Joe is genuine." And that's what you saw on the camera, the part where he says Joe is genuine. But I wanted to tell you guys the backstory about that. So hi, Luz. I'm so glad to see you back at the vlog. I've been praying for you, even though I have not been in touch. I've been praying. And I'm so glad to have you guys. I really am. Jada says, I'm the only vlogger that she knows that vlogs to make friendships. She says, all the other vloggers, they'll comment back at your comments, but they don't really want to know you in their regular life as a friend. I want to know my people as friends, because I don't have too many friends, if you notice. I'm a friendly person, but I don't have too many friends. And let me tell you why that is. Let me fix myself. I'm sliding down. I had to reposition myself because I was sliding down in a chair. If you notice when I talk to you guys here, I'm sitting kitty corner in the couch. It's because the window's there and the lighting is perfect and I don't have to turn on lamps. If I turn you guys here to the TV, the lighting is not perfect and it makes me look like I have dark circle under my eyes when I don't have dark circles in real life. So I have to say that in real life because sometimes lighting will make things worse or better, right? So the reason why I don't have too many friends is because Joe doesn't really like to have too many people in and out of his house. He comes from the mentality, and I guess I do to a certain degree too, that people will take eye inventory in your house. They'll watch, see what you have, and then pretty much, try to come back and steal. So it's always better to not have too many people in and out the house. The children that Jada have come through here, they've been in Jada's life since middle school. They're trustworthy, and you don't run the risk of anything going missing with these kids that come through here. So you might want to say they've been totally vetted. But going back to when I was a new wife and the kids were little, if I had like a friend, when we were at the condo, I had a friend that used to live right in the condo next door, and she would come over with her kids that were my kids' age, and they would play, and she and I would sit down and talk and stuff. And that's a relief when you're a parent that stays at home. You need another adult to talk with, right? But whenever Joe would be coming home, I'd find a way to like get her out the door, not rudely, but just get her out the door, because Joe wouldn't want to come in. And it's not so much her, but to find the kids all screaming. 6 kids all screaming at the same time in the same apartment would send him crazy when he walked in. So I would do things like that to make Joe have a nest without thorns. So when he walks in, he has peace in his home. So I want to go back to my friend Linda, the one that passed away last October. When I first met her in Hometown Buffet through Jada was the one that walked up to her and introduced herself and introduced us. Linda used to come over all the time with her son. And my kids didn't care too much for Linda's son, I'll be honest with you. But they loved her. And she would come over like 10 o'clock at night. Boom, I'm coming over. And even sometimes Joe would be asleep, so I wouldn't mind the company. But like if Joe was awake, then I wouldn't want her to come over, because then I know that would kind of bug him. And so one day she said, when she was we used to have bar stools at that counter, and she says, "Oh, I'm so glad I made a new friend, because now I have someplace to go and hang out." And she left, shortly after that, and Joe goes, "Hell to the no. Ain't nobody coming to hang out here." I was just talking to Sandra on the phone, right? And I looked at Joe, and he really looked awful in his clothes because he did mechanic work all day. So he took all day to try to build this tool that cost $30. He could have just gone and bought it, right? And the tool comes in a kit, and it's something he's going to use again in the future, being that he's buying and selling these cars, because alternators are one of the things that you need to change often when you get these older cars. So anyways, I told Joe while Sandra was on the phone that Joe looked like a Dirty Monday bundle, and Sandra just lost it because she knew what that meant. And I forget that Sandra's from the islands, so of course she's heard that terminology. So I asked her what it meant, and she said it means he looks like a bum. And so I said, I started to explain to her more what in depth what that was. So all I know is when I was a kid growing up in my grandmother's house in Belize, there were a lot of us that lived there. So the dirty clothes kind of piled up, right? And so they would pile up all week. And then on Monday, a woman would come. They call her the washerwoman because they didn't have washing machines. She would come and she would wash the clothes. So like on Monday, she would do all the whites. And then back in them days, they used to boil the white clothes and then hang it out for the sun to hit it. And then they would rinse it the next day. And then by Wednesday, the white clothes are being ironed and put away, yada, yada. And then by Tuesday, she's doing the colored clothes. Anyways, it took all week till Friday before this lady was done with all the clothes. And by then, the bundle was building up again for next Monday. So that was her job every week. That's what she did for a living. And so on Monday, the bundle looked so nasty. It's dirty clothes, it's soiled, it's oily, it's smelly. And so when Belize people tell you look like a Dirty Monday bundle, that's what you look like, okay? So we just had a really good laugh because we just realized how close the cultures are. You found it?
No, I'll find it later. It's in one of those boxes.
It's
in Josh's album?
It's in one of the albums that stick down, I think. I think it's before Joshua was born.
He looks like his mom.
I think it's before Joshua was born. Oh, Lord have mercy. Why he gotta look like his mama, though? Can you see it? Let me fix it. The glare. There you go. Why he gotta look like his mama, though? Why?
You take out a joke.
No. Let me show you guys something. I'm eating watermelon with a fork. Who do you know that eats watermelon with a fork? When I was talking with you guys earlier, the battery on the camera died. I don't even know how this battery has some charge. Anyways, I wanted to explain to you guys why Joe doesn't like people in his house. I think it goes back to before I met him, his brother stayed with him. And every day when Joe would come home from work, there'd be a bunch of people at his house hanging out with the brother. They had like a, what do you call that kind of house that doesn't have like a bedroom? It's more like a bachelor's. It was a house that the landlord just, blocked off the downstairs part of the house. and rented it out. So it had a little kitchenette, a bathroom, an area that looked like a bedroom, but it wasn't really a bedroom because you have to pass through that to get to the kitchen, and then this dining room area. So I think that that area that looked like a bedroom was probably originally the house's dining room, right? So Joe and them slept in the dining room / bedroom part of it. And whenever Joe would come home, he would find people sitting on his pillow. They'd be sitting all over his bed and all over the living room. And oh my God, he would get into these rages because he's like, God, I just want to come home one day and find nobody in my house, eating up my good food, sucking up my good air, and just find an empty, peaceful house. So I think that got in him. So when I got married to him, that's all he wanted when he came home. If he could walk in the condo or here and find this living room all straightened up, you know, it doesn't have to be spick and span clean, but just, you know, organized. And then he'll walk in, he'll enjoy his kids, he'll enjoy me, and he's happy to come home. And I'm telling you, if you got a husband, honey, you want to make sure that he's happy to come home, because if he's not, he's going to find somewhere else to go. So I always made sure that Joe was happy to come home. And that's why I think is this long drawn out story as to why Barbara don't got no friends. No, let's ask
How did
Jada.
that lead into that?
That's where I started. Barbara don't have no friends because Joe don't like people hanging at the house.
Yeah, that's
Why do you
true.
think Barbara don't have no friends, Jada?
Because I didn't like people at the house. And then he yells at me for leaving because I'm like, well, why would I bring him here? You don't like people coming to your house.
Out of the motor, baby.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Out of the motor, baby. Let me see that one. Ooh, Jada took a pretty one.
Still developing.
I hate her so much.
I don't really like it, but it's fine.
It's kind of you being goofy.
Rachel bought one too. Rachel bought a camera.
Tell Rachel,
And so she-
tell Rachel I seriously hate her because she
She-
could have bought me a camera.
She bought the lime green one.
Did you forbid the girl from buying the yellow one?
The yellow one wasn't there. It's true.
Okay,
Look,
show her
guys,
again.
this is my
She gonna show her the Ipsy bag.
my June bag because I missed a couple months.
You stopped it for a couple of months?
I didn't stop it. I just missed showing you.
Oh, then show it. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's these and it's pretty. It's tan and black and has a big kiss mark. And this one is,
I'm stealing that to put my camera in there.
You can probably have this one. I have a bunch.
If it fits, I'll steal it.
This one's volume up,
Mhm.
and what I got in my bag, I got this really good. Show one. Show the bag.
I'll show the bag. Y'all see this bag? If my camera fits in this, I'm totally stealing it.
Ooh, look at this pretty nail polish I got.
Ooh, I'm stealing this one too. I'm gonna put it right over this white and see how it comes up to. I love this color.
What is
I
that?
love
Like
this
a
color.
coral?
I don't know what this is.
Let's see colors.
It doesn't say. It says game changer. What the hell's that?
Guess it doesn't tell you color.
Doesn't say the color, guys, but it's some type of pinkish, orangish, salmonish, coralish.
Game
All
changer.
these darn colors. I'm gonna be like Jada when she was young. My hair is burnt sienna. It's not brown. What beautiful brownish reddish hair you have, little girl. Oh, it's burnt sienna. And people would say, what the hell is that? I'm like, go look in a box of 64 crayons. There's burnt sienna in there.
I got this eyeshadow.
Let me
and
show it.
It's green.
Oh, yes.
All these things mom can see.
This bag is mine this month. Y'all see this one though? It's green, and that's actually green. Unlike the slippers, that you said is blue and it's green.
They're blue.
Jada has a pair of huarachas, chimichangas.
Oh, that's just
We call it cha-cha-cha in Belize. And me and Joe, was it Joe? Was it Joe?
Yeah.
Me and Joe says it's green. Jory and Jada says it's blue. And Joshua didn't wake up yet to break the tie at that time. So we'll see what Joshua says when he comes out the room, if he comes out in a little bit. But there's something wrong with Jory and Jada because they always see the thing as blue and we always see it as green. You notice I didn't say there was something wrong with us, right? Something wrong with them.
This one is a 5-in-1 defining curl cream
For your hair?
to define my curls, yeah.
Mm.
And then this is a jet black tattooed waterproof eyeliner. Eyeliner. And then that's
Is that what you have on your wrist?
No, this one's another one. This one's a star one that I got from my labs.
And what's this one?
That's a lipstick, but it's like gloss formation.
And it's from
with
NYX. I use
And
NYX
it's
for
like a
my
brown.
eyes.
I think it looked good. It's nice on both of us though. It looked good.
Try. All that stuff gonna turn up
See,
missing.
look at that. That's pretty.
Jada, how can it turn up missing, huh?
Right.
All that stuff gonna go missing.
Oh, it smells good too.
Try. It looks good. It looks good on your lips. Mmm, smells like chocolate. Hi, baby. Daddy, you see Jada's yellow, yellow no, her green slippers, the one that we're doing the color?
They're over there.
Can you get it for me, baby?
They're under the.
Just one. I want to show it to the camera. And then do me a favor and ask Joshua what color is it, Joel? Give me one so I can show the camera. And then ask Joshua what color is it. He's putting it on. It's broken, Daddy. You can't walk in it. It's broken.
But
Hurry up
this
so I
is
can
not
go-
gonna be fair because I don't think the
I
camera
know
is
the
a good
camera
color.
doesn't pick it up good. What color do you guys think this is?
I think it's blue face.
Jada and Joey says blue. Me and Joe say green. Let's see what Joshua
But
said.
we always have this fight.
What do you think it means? Why do they? And of course, we know it's a blue green. It's a combination of blue and green. But what color is what? Predominant, right? What he say?
Turquoise.
No, tell her not to say no damn turquoise. We know it's turquoise. Ask him if he sees it as blue or green.
But what's the base color you see more?
Green. Is it blue?
Green.
Green.
Joshua said green. I Miley Cyrus said.
Ever.
Where is it, Jada?
I see blue.
Jory and Jada said blue. Me, Joe, and Joshua said green. But of course, it's one of these colors that has the blue green in it. So don't come back with no turquoise and no aquamarine and all these colors. Tell me if you see more blue or if you see more green. And of course, the camera might be fooling the whole thing. So, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna edit this one and upload it for you. Look for a cooking video on Monday while I'm traveling to San Martin. And
Where's Cora?
Monday night when I get back, I'll upload a double vlog for you Sunday and Monday,
I'll let her in
okay?
a second.
I love you all for watching. Give me a thumbs up. And
I'll let her in a second.
thank you guys for being in my life. And thank you guys for all the love, okay? Bye.
Georgia.
When the red button is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see, I'm doing it.
This is very, very good.
Ready. He doesn't want to go back on the boat. Splash.
What's the splash?
Yeah.